Laila Ali, 24-0 with 21 knockouts. She has the claim of being the greatest women's boxer in history. Well, let's check the record and see if the opponents that she faced matches up to her claim. Okay, so the early fights, these are like, your debuts, these are early fights. Everybody doesn't have a lot of fights. She's trying to build her resume, so she's fighting, easy fights, which is fine. Her first, I guess, somewhat test comes when she fights Joe Frazier's daughter, Jackie Frazier. This fight, Jackie Frazier was new to boxing, just like Layla. She was 7-0. She's not a great fighter, but she was learning the sport like Layla. Layla won the fight on a decision. So her first real test comes against Valerie Manfu, who was like a known fighter who'd been around. Not a great fighter, had losses, but she'd been around. It was experience. She knocks her out. So then she fights Mary Ellen Almager. She's a decent fighter, like Valerie Manfu. She wins that fight, I think, via TKO. So that was good. So now she has to fight. So now she fights Valerie Manfu again. Why would you do that? Why would you fight the same person over? And there's a lot of women that were good at the time, and I'm going to show you that as well. So then she fights Christy Martin, who was a lightweight at her best, old, had been shot by her husband. They fought on pay-per-view. Laila Ali, way bigger, 5'10", 178 pounds. Christy Martin, 5'2", 130. Complete mismatch. Then she fought Nikki Epelon, good record. Monica Nuez, good record. Those are okay fights. I'm cool with those. Those are good fights, I guess. Then she fights Gwendolyn O'Neal, 9-3. Not a threat, not really a power puncher, a journeyman type of fighter, not great. But she's okay. Good, formidable, but not a serious challenge. I don't know this Cassandra Ginger, 6-4, come on. Erin Toghill, 6-1, come on, she's too inexperienced. Asai Sandel, 3-1, come on. Shelly Burton, and not enough experience. Then she fights Gwendolyn O'Neal again in South Africa. This fight was crazy because she was supposed to fight Iwajima Ugumi. Ujima Ugumi was coming up at the time. She had a pretty good record. You can see all the wins. She had won all the fight, lost one. But she was a power puncher. She had lost one to I think this is Laura Ramsey, but she was a serious power puncher, and she had beat Gwendolyn O'Neal. So it was important because she just beat Gwendolyn O'Neal, so that was going to be the test for Laila Ali. Laila Ali pulled out of this fight. It was supposed to be in South Africa. She pulled out. It was supposed to be for women's empowerment. She pulled out. Also, Lita Robinson. Ijima beat Lita Robinson. Lita Robinson was the middleweight champion, and she had a good record. And she pulled out of that fight. And Lita Robinson, Laila Ali never tried to fight Lita Robinson. Never. But Gwendolyn O'Neal was somebody that Lita Robinson had beat. So then so now Iwo had beat Lisa Ested. That's another fight that Laila Ali didn't fight. That was a good fighter. And I was in the gym with Lisa Ested. Lisa Ested was a pretty good fighter. She sparred men too. Most of these women spar men. That's not a big deal because, I see Laila Ali, I can throw that out there. Oh, I spar men. Most women do that are really good because you can't get, the help from women. So these are some of the people that Laila Ali could have fought. Okay, Lucia Riker was 17-0, said the only fight she wanted was Laila Ali. She was undefeated. Kickboxing background, only lost to a man in kickboxing, never lost in boxing. Wanted to fight with Laila Ali. Laila Ali wouldn't fight her. Lisa Ested was another good opponent. I was in the gym with her. She lost to Iwo who Layla was supposed to fight. That was been a good fight. Mia St. John. I think she's still fighting. Her last fight was 2016, but when she was trying to fight Layla, she was like undefeated. She was killing it. Laila Ali never mentioned her, never wanted to fight her. Then we go to Mary Jo Sanders, 25 1-1. At the time, look at all those wins. Laila Ali could afford her. Never heard anything about that fight. She even fought Holly Holm, and Holly Holm, knocked out Ronda Rousey, and she beat Valerie Manful too, somebody that Laila Ali fought twice. So Mary Jo Sanders was another fighter that Layla ducked and was around the same age too. Of course, then it was Vonda Ward. Vonda Ward was 24, had 24, it was 24-0 with 24 knockouts when she lost to Ann Wolfe. She was in the same weight class as Laila Ali. Laila Ali never mentioned her. That was her only loss, was to Ann Wolfe. Vonda Ward, another fighter. Then we go to Natalia Ragazina. She was undefeated in her weight class, around the same age, 6 feet tall. You know, nothing but wins, nothing but wins at the time. She had one loss, and that was oh no, we had Vonda Ward. My bad. Back to Natalia Rajamo. Natalia Rajamo was 22-0, 13 knockouts, no losses. Same weight class, about the same age, all wins. Never no talk of fighting her. Then we go to what is it, Mia St. John. Look at all those wins. Never no talk fighting her. So women's boxing was crazy at the time. It was a lot of competition, and Laila Ali, she didn't fight none of these women. And I just want y'all to understand that, don't believe the hype. I mean, like, she's not as good as you think, and she had competition, and she just didn't fight it. I mean, there was people there. And now you want to knock Ann Wolfe. I mean, you want to knock, well, you do want to knock Ann Wolfe, saying that Ann Wolfe didn't want to take the fight. And then you want to knock, what's her name? Carissa Shields. Come on. You had the opponents, you had the opponents. Let me know what y'all think, man. Peace.